the evening time, all over this land, look what I do. I hammer out danger, hammer out the warning, yeah. I hammer out love between my brothers and my hammer. Here we go, come on. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the morning, hammer in the evening. I'd hammer in the heat, all over this land, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out danger, a warning. I'd hammer out a warning, love. I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters. Where? You got it. Now keep it, don't lose it. Yeah. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to take a bell this time. Everybody take, if I had a bell. All right, here we go. If I had a bell, Ben, I'd ring it in the morning. I'd ring it in the evening. I'd ring it in the heat, all over this land. All over this land. I'd ring out danger. I'd ring out danger and a warning. I'd ring out a warning. I like it, love. I'd ring out love between my brothers and where? Where? That's the place. Huh. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Huh. Yeah. You want to try one more? Everybody try. If I had a song. If I had one of them songs, honey. That's all. If I had a song. Here we go. Now, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning. I'd sing it in the morning. Sing it in the evening. I'd sing it in the evening. All over this land. All over this. I'd sing out danger, baby. I'd sing out danger and a warning. I'd sing out a warning. Love. I'd sing out love between my brothers and where? Where? Over this land. And a who and a love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. All over this land. I don't know, but
if I had a hammer, I'd a hammer in the morning, I'd a hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd a hammer out danger, I'd a hammer out a warning, I'd a hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh, if I had a bell, I'd a ring it in the morning, I'd a ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd a ring out danger, I'd a ring out a warning, I'd a ring out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out a warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Ooh, well, I got a hammer, and I got it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's a bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan McDonough, Executive Director at Pioneer Valley Habitat for Humanity. How are you doing today? I am very excited to welcome you all here before we begin, I have a couple of quick administrative items. We set your screen to speaker view. It's found in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. If you have any difficulties during the call, please use the chat function and we will do what we can to help. We have set everyone but the speakers to mute, and we are recording today's call. Dedicating a Habitat home to its future homeowners is always a joyous occasion, and we are glad that you have taken time from your busy day to join us in celebrating the milestone that we are celebrating with Bonnie and Miguel and their families. Building the comfortable, affordable home in the Pines that you'll see in the video walkthrough and right behind me in this picture was made possible by the generous donors and supporters, dedicated, tenacious, and talented volunteers that we just can't say enough about. I want to especially thank the home sponsors whose financial contributions are critical to our building a home that is affordable. The City of Northampton contributed the land for this project. They also contributed funds through the Community Development Block Grant Program and the Community Preservation Act Grant Program. I want to also thank the Community Foundation of Western Massachusetts, the Federal Home Loan Bank of Boston, and some anonymous individual donors who have provided support for this project. So please take a moment, if you can, to read all the names of the project's contributors on your screen. I just named a few, but you can tell that there were many. The businesses, colleges, high school, and faith groups who spent a day on the construction site as a team build, many other individuals, organizations, and businesses whose donations donations of both time and money, materials, and services made all the difference in keeping the work on track and the home affordable. I want to thank Tom Adams and the Real Life production crew for another beautiful video that tells the story of home ownership, dreams coming true, which is coming up in just a few minutes. And as always, I have to thank the volunteers, the regulars out building, our thoughtful leaders on the build team, and all those working behind the scenes, like the family mentor and the other committee members. These volunteers have taken on new challenges, working with safety protocols for a pandemic with grace and dedication. We have all been told that it's safer to stay at home due to COVID-19, but what if your home is not safe or not affordable? Everyone should have access to decent, safe, affordable housing, and I'm very grateful for the community effort that has gone into making this a reality for Bonnie and her family. And I'd also like to share with you something not everyone knows about Pioneer Valley Habitat. For every home we complete, we make a donation to the Habitat efforts in Haiti to build a home there. We and you are part of a worldwide commitment to everyone having a decent, affordable place to live. Thank you. So if we were all at the site now, I would give you an opportunity to walk through the home, to look through the windows, see what it's like in this beautiful place. But given the circumstances, we are grateful to have coordinated efforts of our staff member, Jess Floor, volunteer John Hoffman, and videographer Tom Adams to bring you a virtual version of a walkthrough of the house. So let's take a look at the home that we're here to celebrate today. Monica, behind the scenes, is going to pull up the video now of that walkthrough so that we can share it with everyone. And this is where we get to wait for the technical parts of Zoom to work for us. But it's a good place to wait because you can all see the wonderful home sponsors on the screen.
Was made with many hands. We dug the ground, we cut the wood. Each person worked within the plan to raise this house until it stood.
This is kind of an interesting set of houses here because we ran an experiment using modular builds to try and accelerate the building schedule to get low-cost housing and ran side by side a stick-built house that has the same floor plan and essentially the same design, so that we can compare what the cost is from starting from scratch with raw lumber to what a modular home would be. This house hasn't been completed yet, and the economics of it are going to be a little different because of COVID shutdown. And when it's all said and done, we'll be able to do a direct comparison of the costs of the two completed houses with this house. With Habitat Volunteers, you have free labor, so there's labor savings in that sense. With a modular home, you have economy of scales that are done in a factory setting. It's still an open book from a future standpoint on modular builds. We're still discussing that because there is some efficiency in speed to have pre-constructed houses. So there are some differences that had to be in place. The foundation differences are there. The roof pitch is a little different, which isn't that significant, but with a stick-built house, we use standard roof pitch for shingles, whereas the modular homes, they had a rubber roof on that, so the pitch is a little lower. And I think actually some of that was due to the transportation requirements of being able to deliver a modular house with a roof pitch. So another thing that's common with the three of the houses is they all have solar panels, and they have the similar heating systems with a mini split. It's a heating and cooling system, and there's a heat exchanger system. I think it's called an ERV, Energy Recovery Ventilator, and it pulls air from inside. In the wintertime, it'll preheat the air that's coming from outside through the heating system, and in the summertime, it pre-cools it. So the solar panels are producing more energy than they're using. And then all the appliances are energy efficient rating. And that's part of the philosophy of these designs, is to make them energy efficient, small footprint, which improves that, and relatively small lot size. As everybody has experienced, COVID had a major disruption on the progress that we could make in building this house. So we were building up through the March timeframe. Then we basically had to shut down completely and did not start up again until the second week of June. So as far as schedule is concerned, the original intent, I believe, was to have this house completed by the end of May, and so it's been delayed several months for that. It will be finished end of July and into August, which is hard. And so we've prioritized the completion of this house. The family's been waiting, and we want to get that done and get them moved in as soon as we can. We're at the last stretches here of getting appliances installed and some finishing trim work, and then we need to complete inspections and get certification of occupancy. I was here when they dedicated the site in fall of 2018, and I remember looking around this site without any houses here yet, saying this is just a beautiful setting. I called it the Cathedral of Pines. When you look at it now and you see the three houses right here, this is a nice little neighborhood community where people can share their new lives together in this beautiful setting, and it's a joy to see. I remember when people had moved into the modular homes, I was working on the siding, and you'd see the school bus come by, and you'd see the children walking down the driveway to their new house, and I said, this is why we're doing this. And really a heartfelt experience.
Thanks everybody for watching that video with me. I have one update since the video was recorded, that we now have the certificate of occupancy for the house, which I'm very excited about. I'd like to welcome our first speaker to tell us a little bit about how they have contributed. Wayne Fiden is the Director of Planning and Sustainability for the City of Northampton, and has really been a critical partner in this project. Wouldn't have happened without him. So Wayne, take it away.
Great. Thank you, Megan. And the mayor's out of town today. He usually loves coming to the Habitat dedications. I think he was there the last time you had a bricks and mortar dedication, and loved the project. But I think, from the city's standpoint, we really think that everyone has a right to housing. We support a lot of different affordable housing efforts in the city, but Habitat's really the only game in town for home ownership opportunities. So while all the efforts are really important, it's nice to make sure we have not only rental, but home ownership. So it's particularly as a soft place in our heart for this. The city has sort of 3 different programs that came together, I guess 4 different programs that came together to help make this project possible. The first is we have a regulatory structure in place that rewards people for doing small lots and for encouraging more affordable units. And so the permitting process for this was made possible because of those changes we made a few years ago to encourage smaller homes. The second was we have some cross subsidies. So this property was purchased by the city as part of a preservation of about the exact acreage, or about 80 acres of land. And there were some synergies. So some of the cost in the open space actually helped reduce the cost of the lots. And then the third and fourth, as Megan mentioned in introduction, we put both community development block grant in the project, which helped pay for the land itself, and CPA that helped for some of the improvements. So we're really proud to be part of this, and we hope that everyone loves living in the house.
Thank you, Wayne. We really appreciate your support and the mayor's support for affordable housing in the city of Northampton. The next speaker that I want to introduce is Maya and Brian from the Simple City Studios, and they have gone above and beyond for this project. We met them and told them a little bit about this, and they really dove in with both feet to make sure that the houses that were built here were excellent examples of both good design and energy efficiency. But I shouldn't speak for them. I should let them tell you all about what their involvement was. And so Maya or Brian, would love to hear from you.
Hey, thank you. Congratulations, Bonnie and Miguel, Menendez family. We're very happy that you're soon going to be living in your new home. It's been a pleasure for us to work on it. We really care about right-sized, environmentally and economically sustainable design. And so we're always very happy to work with Habitat. We've been doing it for a few years now and hope to continue doing it. Given the sort of circumstances right now, nationally and globally, in terms of economics, politics, the environment, it's really great to be able to do something like this, where some of the problems that we have universally are being addressed. And I know Megan and everyone else who works on it works so hard to make sure that everything is coordinated and delivered in a really effective and successful manner. So we've been just really happy to work with them, and we're really happy for you.
Yeah, it's been great for us. We really enjoyed the process. Everybody's so positive. Everybody's so much effort and hours, and it's great to be part of this. And our associated with our projects with and it's been a great opportunity for us, and we've learned a lot as well from Habitat and from this process as well.
I think you weren't loud enough.
Who said you couldn't hear me?
Everyone in the comments.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I just said it was a great process, and we really enjoyed it.
Wonderful. Sorry for this. Is we all get to navigate the new technical glitch world here of the audio coming in from here and there. So, but you guys,
Okay.
You know what you're putting in, you don't know you're getting out.
Thank you both for really, you're gracious. You've been such good listeners to everyone, being patient with us as we change designs, as we go through an iterative process. I also just want to mention that Simple City Studios was also the award winner for the small the small home design competition that the city sponsored a couple of years ago for just big enough homes. So we're going to be happy to be working with them again on our next project on Burt's Pit Road. So thank you guys for your partnership. All right, well, so I was going to introduce next Nicole Bordwin from the Community Foundation of Western Massachusetts, but she was called away unexpectedly and she can't join us. So instead, she sent these words for me to read and share with everyone. The foundation is such a proud supporter of the work and are in awe of the team that has seen this project through under these extraordinary circumstances. Congratulations to the homeowners, and we wish them many happy years in their new home. So those are the well wishes from the Community Foundation of Western Massachusetts, who has supported our innovation work on this project. As you heard John Hoffman talk about in the video, this site, we did a little bit of an experiment with building modular construction and then building Bonnie and Miguel's house on site so that we could compare and contrast. And the Community Foundation supported that educational and outreach effort to share the results of that. So definitely check back in with us to learn about the results of that comparison. The next speaker I would like to introduce is Ruth Ever from the Congregation B'nai Israel. Ruth, along with Elaine Ullman, were very committed to getting volunteers on board and making sure that this home got built. They did 3 team builds and would have done probably even more if we'd had the capacity to have them out again. So Ruth, if you're on the call, we would love to hear you talk about your connection to Bonnie and Miguel in the house here.
Hi, yeah, it's my pleasure. My Wi-Fi has been very uneven today, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me fine. Yeah, Lainey is also on the call, and really a lot of like a shout out to her because she really started the process at the congregation to bring in community support around this, and so we were part of the interfaith build that Habitat was doing. And I had gone to the little talk that was given. And when I realized that the family was a family that we knew, not just me personally, I have a personal connection to the family because Bonnie was the preschool teacher at Congregation B'nai Israel at the Gan Keshet preschool there, which is part of our congregation, for my daughter, who's now 21. And so she was already beloved in our community. And so when I heard that it was, I'm gonna start crying. When I heard that the house was being built for them, I got even more excited and said, how can we not as a congregation want to do this? It's such a fantastic way for us to give back to somebody who gave so much to our community already. So Lainey and I kind of got together and just put the word out. And as you said, we had a number of builds before. And it was just so exciting to be part of that and get to it's such a great way to give back to the community and to give back to a family that is so deserving. I mean, this is just such a lovely family, and that is going to get so much pleasure and so much appreciation out of this house for hopefully the rest of their lives, that I think we were honored as a congregation to get to do some small part, in helping to lift up this house. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing and for your contributions. It really was a wonderful thing to see people of many faiths supporting this project, and it meant a lot to us. I want to now introduce the mentor for the family that we are hearing so much about. Usually when we dedicate a home, before I introduce Carol, I want to say that when we dedicate a home, usually everyone in attendance is invited to come and write a message of encouragement or a blessing in our guest book. But in lieu of that today, we would ask that if you have a message to share with the family, if you would please write it in the chat in the Zoom, or you can email it to me, and we will be sure to pass your well wishes on to Bonnie and Miguel and their family. So look at the bottom of your screen to find that chat box and start adding your well wishes, we'd love to hear it. So without further ado, the family mentor is a critical part of the process of becoming a Habitat homeowner. They are really the partner that stands beside the family and helps them through navigate the many systems and processes that we have to go from future homeowner to current homeowner. And I'm really excited that Carol has been the mentor for this family, and she'll tell you a little bit more about it. So Carol, if we'll get you unmuted in just a second, and then I'd love to hear from you.
Well, I think I'm unmuted now. It's been such a pleasure, and it's a special pleasure today to introduce the Menendez family, Bonnie and Miguel, and their children Aziza and Egan, as we honor them to celebrate the dedication of their beautiful new home. I've been so inspired by their deep faith, determination, resilience, courage, and grace under pressure as they faced not only the unusual, but at times extreme challenges of becoming a Habitat homeowner during a pandemic. At this point in our dedication, during normal times, we'd be standing together, a lovely new home with the family, friends, Habitat staff, and the many volunteers. Today, on behalf of your Habitat family, I'd like to say that we've delivered flowers and gifts and food to the family. And now I'd like to turn over to the Menendez family.
You are unmuted. Oh, we're unmuted.
You say something, Z?
Hi, everybody. Hi. We have a few gifts that from our Habitat family that we're going to open and share with you all to start off. So, can I point out something?
Go ahead.
Just gonna point out how very pretty this bag is. Very pretty.
Go ahead, honey.
Here's the open one. I don't
You're nothing to be scared about.
You open one.
Want to open one?
We thought the children might enjoy opening the gifts. Go ahead, Cindy.
You want to open one? No. Egan's a little shy.
You'll see him popping in and out as we go along.
Yeah. He said he's still here. He's just not on the screen. I just asked.
My dad literally just asked about this picture like 10 minutes ago. It's the one of us in the house.
I asked Bonnie if she could send it to me, and so I could have it, and there it is. It was literally 10 minutes ago. Want to open this? Okay. I don't know. You have to wait a while. It takes Bonnie a while to open the gift.
I'll speed up here. Hey, dare to repair and do it yourself guide to fixing almost anything in the house.
Yeah. Nice. Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'd like to just thank everybody that was involved. Thank Megan and Carol for your work, your hard work, your dedication. I don't know, I wish I got to know more of you better, but it's just, you know, it's hard for me to ask for anything, especially help. So it's been, I guess, I really wanted to work on the house and I never got a chance to, and it's really been bothering me, but I just want to thank everybody for doing this, for Bonnie and for the kids. It means more to me than you'll know. And yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for providing a home for Bonnie and the kids and for me. So yeah, thank you very much.
Wow, this is awesome. I feel like I'm very moved at this point myself. It's been a lot of work for a lot of people for a long time, and there's no amount of gratitude that we can express for the love, the dedication, and the hard work that started on this project before there was even our face attached to it. So we're down to the home stretch, and it's really, at least it's hitting me now at this point, and it's so amazing. And we got to do a walk through the house yesterday, and just to be in there and seeing, things still need to come together, but it's amazing to see it from the foundation, for the pictures that we saw, to where it is to today, and it's becoming more and more a reality every day. It's just so exciting. Habitat, none of this would be possible without the Habitat organization. There's so many people and groups that work in Habitat, from the board and all the committees of family selection and the financial committees. I know I'm not saying the right names, but most of you know, and just the office, Megan and Lindsay and Amy and the interns. It's just, and of course the volunteers, the regulars who show up, and I wanted to say, thanks to the site supervisors and crew leaders and groups and the regular volunteers, and Jim Van Natta and those framers, and my dad, who really showed up in the beginning and just committed to getting that framing up. And he really, Habitat's amazing, and the volunteers, couldn't do it without any of you. It was really a pleasure to work with all of you and get to know you, and just thank my parents for their support. George, these are no particular order, but George Hollywood, he's been a trooper, really helpful and kind, patient, informative, just helping us get these last details, flooring, tiling, light fixtures, medicine cabinets, getting these things picked out and ordering them and schlepping them, and freaking out about them.
Lisa LaPrad's been instrumental in the inside as far as interior design, furniture, paint. She also was helpful with pulling together tiling and colors and things like that. So she's been really great. Our mentor, Carol, she brought us a beautiful basket of gifts. We're looking forward to opening those. The cobbler's amazing. We ate some of that already. Our church family, College Church, the leadership at College Church, elders, deacons, our pastors, our congregation members who have just given us love, support, encouragement, prayer. When we were sick, we have so much support, and with our spiritual family, we just can't express how grateful we are to them. Bill Rue, he organized the College Church Build. Just so grateful for all of the folks, all the men who showed up and helped work on our house. Rick Light here, Willems are still adding their time and energy and effort. It's just so awesome to have our spiritual family involved, and then our Habitat family, of course. We were part of a new family that we're looking forward to being a part of for many years. CBI, we have another family that we're involved in, and we're just so excited that this was an opportunity for them to get involved and become, of course, a supporter of ours and a supporter of the Habitat, and hopefully there'll be other opportunities for CBI to be involved. It's been a long journey. We have a home. We had a home and we lost a home, and now we've come full circle to another home, and there's no words to describe just the feeling of being able to have a place and to have all these memories embedded physically, kinesthetically, in the wood, in the nails, in the concrete. We just have all of this heart and spirit and support. I mean, it's just
it's doing my best to put words to this experience, which is hard to do. And just so grateful to see all of you here today. And just thank you, God, first and foremost, and last of all, just for overseeing this whole project, for bringing these people together, for creating this support, this network for us. And we're just looking forward to continuing on, and hopefully we can pay back what's been paid onto us, just so graciously and so generously.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward, pay it back. So thank you.
Ruth.
And there's so many people. You know who you are. We have friends, we have family, we have friends, I know I didn't mention everybody, but I'm sorry if I didn't, and you know who you are.
Thank you guys. So you very eloquently stated, Bonnie, here, both of you, for sharing your gratitude. We'd love to partner with you on this project.
Stop. I'm going to start playing music.
Is there anything else you want to add? Or I think we have someone to give a final blessing for this ceremony today, unless there's anything else you wanted to say.
I think we're good.
All right.
I think we're.
I could say more, but
she can say more.
Drag me off,
I said, good thing it stopped. They're going to start playing the music,
Well, keep laughing, keep having fun. We're so happy for you guys. And thank you to everyone who joined us today and for your patience as we navigated virtual celebrations along with our real world building. To end today, Bonnie and Miguel have invited their friend Dave Winch to offer the closing blessing.
Sure.
So Monica will hopefully unmute Dave now so that he can give a blessing and close out today's ceremony.
I'm not sure that he's here. That he made it.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, hey, where you been hiding?
Yeah, no, I'm sitting here in a parking lot in Worcester, and the first major coup for an old man here was navigating my first Zoom call on my cell phone. So I'm glad to be with you guys. And I also have a tremendous appreciation for Habitat for Humanity. I have been following Habitat since its inception from its founder, Millard Fuller. And here we are, Habitat in town, building a house for good friends of mine, having built a house. So that's a joy to me. And hey, Miguel, Bonnie, Aziza, Egan, it is a great joy for me to join you in this part of your journey. Thanks so much for inviting me to do this. Taking ownership of a house. And I have to tell you, whether you want this or not, I'm looking forward to being a part of your ongoing journey as you turn this house of yours into a home. Yeah, I mean, a home with struggles for sure, but also a home whose walls will absorb and then reflect the laughter of the Menendez family and your prayers and your conversations among family, among friends. And I got to say, Miguel, I'm also looking forward to getting rid of that darn camper of yours that you've parked in my backyard months ago. All right.
Couple weeks, bud.
I know, we're good. All right. Well, let me say this. I discovered something years ago, and it served me well. I learned that those who struggle, those who suffer, bring a credibility to their words that others can't quite offer. So Miguel and Bonnie, thanks for sharing those words with me that have come out of your struggles. Thanks for the honesty, sometimes brutal at times, right, Miguel?
Absolutely.
And but I also thank you so much for the hope that you guys have always eventually landed on, even in the midst of those struggles. I've also appreciated the fact that you and I, Miguel, have been able to laugh together, mostly as we sort of make fun of each other. And that's been a gift to me. And I want you to know that I appreciate it. Well, anyway, May those same qualities of laughter, of honesty, continue to abound in this new home of yours. That there might also be mutual support and tenderness and, of course, love. It's very clear to me that you guys love each other desperately. And may your new home continue to grow that love. And most important, may our Lord Jesus Christ be pleased to take up residence with you guys in your new home. So I did look up a couple verses in the Bible about home. And the Bible says this: by wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge its rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Let me read that again. By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. That's a hopeful scripture, isn't it, for your home?
Absolutely.
And there's another one in the Bible that says this: and thus you shall greet him, peace be to you, and peace be to your house, and peace be to all that you have. That's another great vision, that your home would be a home of peace as people enter through its doors. So I guess it's time for me to finish, but may I say a prayer of blessing for you guys?
Absolutely.
Okay. Gracious God, we come to you asking your blessing for your children, Miguel, Bonnie, Aziza, and Egan, as they begin this new chapter of their lives. You've brought them this far, and we know that you'll continue to carry them. And would you continue to build this house as only you can do? Would you bless the Menendez family with wisdom, with understanding, with knowledge, as they do their part to finish this building? May you bless this house with health and healing for Miguel. And may there be peace in this house, your peace, as you take up residence with them. And may all their guests, all their friends, all their family find this peace as they welcome them into this new home. We're so thankful for this house, for the good people of Habitat who came together in so many ways for this very day. And finally, we thank you, gracious God, in whose name we pray. Amen. Love you guys.
Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
That was beautiful. Thank
We
you
still got to
so
have that cup of coffee outside sometime and talk a little bit, right? Whenever you're feeling good.
Yeah. We
Okay.
could do that, definitely. We will
All
do
right. So Amy, I don't know, it's back to you, Amy. I'm not sure where we're at now.
that.
So that's the end of our formal ceremony. Thank you all for listening and participating. We're going to unmute people if you want to talk amongst yourself, but it doesn't work very well on Zoom. So this is the awkward goodbye of the end of the call. Please don't forget to leave your well wishes in the chat so we can forward it on. But thank you all for coming.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Good to see you, Ruth. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for doing this, all.
Where's Carolyn Don?
Lisa.
There's Dean right there. There she is.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Carol.
Thanks, everyone. See you outdoors, I hope someday soon.
Bye. Can't wait to visit
I don't
you
mean
there.
I don't mean to push my luck, but we're gonna need help moving.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Not that they haven't done enough,
Don't
right?
forget Mom and Dad.
Mhm.
Hi, Laura.
Wow.
Carol. Did you forget?
Whoops, oh, we didn't tell Amy something. Where's my
Bye,
man,
bye,
Bubba?
Bubba.
Where
Bye,
are
bye,
they?
Bubba.
We're here. We're here.
Video.
You guys are there? That's Bonnie's parents.
Bye to you and my folks.
Bonnie.
Here.
I guess I gotta. Well, thank you.
Bye-bye. God bless you.
Bye, guys.
Oh, that's done.
Amy, Bonnie, we put in notice to our landlord that September is our last month here, so we got a little wiggle room. A lot though.
But we got the certificate of occupancy. That's a good milestone. We're getting close.
You got that already?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I think just
Excellent.
today.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
awesome.
We walked through yesterday.
It was great to be there.
Have you talked to Dave yet?
Not yet. So we'll.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice
He
guy.
is. Yeah,
Real
we-
nice guy.
he's been one of the people holding down the fort since the pandemic there. So
Yeah. Yeah, what a nightmare.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, not
Yeah.
only,
Can't wait to get in because at least the kids could go out, you know, and
mm,
outside, you know, and play. Even, you know, with the pandemic, they could go out and do, because they can't go out where we live now. You know, they got a graveyard they could play in, which is not necessarily the best, most fun in the world. And they got, you know, the backyard is just tiny. So it's a real blessing.
well, there's lots of woods
Yeah,
at your
the
new house.
habitat
Yeah, definitely.
and for you guys too, just to stay on your feet, habitat in general, and just try to, you know, turn and roll with the pandemic and just try to keep things going, you know, the best that you could.
You guys gonna
Thank you.
pick up the pace on the new house, or the next house right around the corner? Now that's your next move?
Yeah, we're just waiting for the trusses to be delivered for that one. So that, and then we'll start getting the roof on and then be able to close it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the pandemic
You guys
has
have, like, a
changed
little-
delivery of building materials as well.
Of
so,
everything.
yeah.
Of everything. I mean, I bought something for Egan online the other day. Usually it comes in a day or two. It's taken over a week to get here and it's still not here.
Yeah.
You know, just everything is backed up. It's incredible. No matter what it is.
Yeah, things are changing.
Prescriptions. Yeah.
Well, it really feels like the corner has been turned for after today. It just feels like, and our schedule seems to have cleared out, and it's just like, okay, packing. So I feel like this is a nice kind of marker to just turn a corner and feel like
Wonderful.
we're definitely, I mean, we are in the home stretch, but we're really in the home stretch. Really.
It's getting more real.
Yeah.
Hermione?
So I don't know if you guys are gonna have a little meeting on your own. We should pop off or.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. Eve,
Congratulations.
God bless.
Thank you.
Bye
See
bye.
you soon. Talk soon.